This is an echidna. Echidnas come from Australia. They eat ants. They lay eggs. We're not joking, it's true. They're very, very spiky, and echidnas love mountain climbing, and the greatest of all the mountaineers are Emma, Errol and Edith Echidna. This is their story. It begins at the base camp of Mount Everest. "Come on, team," yelled Errol as he ran across the glacier and charged up a tower of ice. "This is living," cried Emma as she leapt over a crevice. "Stop," said Edith. "We're not climbing some ant hill. This is Mount Everest, the highest, the greatest, the most dangerous mountain in the world. If we're going to succeed, we must stick together." Over the glacier and up the ridge climbed the echidnas when suddenly an icy cold snowstorm swept across the mountain. "We're going to freeze to death," shivered Emma. "Brrr. You're on your own, I'm going alone," yelled Errol as he charged up the mountain. "Stop," said Edith. "If we're going to survive, we must stick together. Quick, into the little red tent." So the three echidnas scrambled out of the storm and into the little red tent. Now you probably think the echidnas are snuggled up, drinking hot chocolate and singing camp songs. Let's look inside and see. "Ow! Ee! Arr! You almost killed me with your spikes," cried Emma. "You spiked me first," yelled Errol. "I'm out of here." "Stop," said Edith. "Of course we're spiking each other. We're echidnas. But if we're going to survive, we must stick together." So Errol, Edith and Emma got as comfortable as possible and drifted off to sleep. Ow! Ee! Ah! The next morning was perfect for climbing. "Come on, team," yelled Errol as he shoveled snow off the tent. "This is living," cried Emma as she gazed across the mountains. "Stick together," said Edith. "You never know, we may run into our Yeti." Do you know what a Yeti is? If you do, you can skip the next bit. If not, and you plan to visit the Himalayas on your next holiday, pay careful attention. This is a Yeti. Yetis come from Nepal. They do not lay eggs. They are soft and fluffy. And Yetis eat echidnas. And anything else as long as it isn't red. "Quick," yelled Edith, "into the little red tent." You probably think the echidnas are sitting inside the tent eating marshmallows and telling Yeti jokes like, "Why did the Yeti cross the road?" Let's peek inside and see. "Ow! Ee! Oh! You're spiking me to death, you spiky head." "Well, I'm out of here, you spiky bum." Stop, said Edith. "Of course we've all got spiky heads and spiky bottoms. We're echidnas. But if we're going to survive, if we're going to climb Mount Everest, we must stick together." The next morning, the Yeti was gone. "This is living," cried Emma as she swung onto the ledge. "Come on, team," yelled Errol as he fed out more rope. Up climbed the echidnas until there, above the clouds, the summit of Mount Everest appeared. The clouds parted, and standing before them just below the summit was the great, smooth cliff. Errol looked at Edith. Edith looked at Emma, and Emma looked at Errol. The great, smooth cliff where no hand could hold, no claw could cling. "Ow!" said Emma as she leaned against the cliff and Errol stood on her head. "Ee!" said Errol as Edith climbed up onto his shoulders. "Oh!" said Edith as she stretched towards the top of the great smooth cliff and grasped a tiny claw hold. "We did it, team," yelled Errol. "This is living," cried Emma. "We may be spiky," said Edith, "but we stuck together. We are the echidnas on Everest."